So imagine this. You're one of 3 sisters growing up in Entebbe, Uganda. Your father is a well-traveled man who brings home beautiful jewelry for your mother every time he returns. And then one day, he just doesn't return sober. Like ever. That's how it begins.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Green stones, sparkly jewelry, a touch of glam, and then boom, reality hits. Your dad drinks himself out of his job and into the grave, and now your mother has to carry 3 girls on her back. You, your holy sister, and your why is she always writing love letters? Middle sister. Yeah, welcome to Tropical Fish. This is not your typical Once Upon a Time collection. Tropical Fish is a set of 8 linked short stories following 3 sisters, Patti, Rosa, and Christine, through their coming of age in Uganda. The stories are kind of like flipping through an old family album, except there's more sex, death, and existential confusion, but still family.
I don't have friends, I got family.
We start with Greenstones. Christine, the youngest, is admiring her mother's jewelry, probably thinking she'll inherit it all someday. Meanwhile, Dad is drinking like the Nile's about to dry up. He gets fired, then he dies. Suddenly, life is no longer about shiny stones, it's about survival. Then there's hunger. And it's not just metaphorical. The girls are literally hungry, battling through boarding school and growing up with empty stomachs and complicated emotions. Fast forward to first kiss. You already know this one isn't innocent. Let's just say hormones are raging, choices are made, and awkwardness ensues. Classic.
I just fell in love.
Rosa, the middle sister, her story is told through a heartbreaking epistolary in a thank you note. She's writing to her boyfriend, except it's not really a love letter. It's a letter from someone living with HIV/AIDS, what they called the slim disease back then because of how it literally ate people alive. She reflects on how fast and silently it spread, from sugar mummies to boyfriends to girlfriends and beyond. It's devastating, and my favorite story in the collection.
Pounds away.
Then we get to the title story, Tropical Fish. Christine again. She's older now, meets an expat named Peter, who exports, yes, tropical fish. He's rich. She's curious. One thing leads to another, and they're doing more than just admiring fish tanks. They started having sex in Peter's huge white house located in a plush hilltop residential area. Christine got pregnant but would not tell Peter because he might think she wants his money. I mean, Christine, girl.
You don't turn your back on family. Even when they do.
Later, she travels to LA and Lost in Los Angeles, and let's just say things don't get better. She explores sex, independence, and the deep void of loneliness. That story is quietly sad. And then she returns home in Questions of Home to a country where even the civil service doesn't remember how to be civil. Each story is told from the perspective of one of the sisters, mostly Christine, and they all give us a unique slice of Ugandan life. Religion, tradition, sexuality, family, disease, womanhood, and everything in between.
Ouch.
And that brings us to the book, Tropical Fish Stories Out of Entebbe by Doreen Baingana. It's only 156 pages, but it packs a whole lot of soul. The stories aren't flashy, but they're emotionally layered. It's like Baingana is preserving memories. Delicate, painful, funny, and honest, all at once. What I loved? The local flavor. She uses Ugandan words in the dialogue, and even though I didn't understand most of them, it didn't matter. It made the stories feel grounded, like they were written for the people who lived them first. Through the stories, we follow the girls as they go through secondary school and suffer hunger and hunger, with one contracting AIDS, in a thank you note, and falling off, and others travel outside the country, in Lost in Los Angeles, only to return to a civil service that is non-existent, in Questions of Home. The girl's story is an archetypal story of teenagers. Men, love letters, secondary school, sex, and others. Christine, the youngest, is a carefree, easygoing, but an independent fellow with the marriage is not necessary trait, which has become idiosyncratic to many of the latest portrayal of independent, carrier-focused women in recent novels. Mama, a traditional mother who is bent on her old ways, wants Christine to marry. But she wouldn't hear any of this, threatening to leave home if she persisted. Yet sex had been and was part of her life, including having it with total strangers when she was in Los Angeles. Patti, the eldest, was a born-again Christian who sees the frivolous life of her sister as a sin. She lived and tended her mother and their vegetable garden. Rosa was the middle daughter whose loose life in secondary school led her to contract AIDS. Though her death was not recorded in any of the stories, it was referred to by Christine when her mother asked her to marry.
Identify yourself, please.
Doreen Baingana grew up in Entebbe, Uganda, and splits her time between Uganda and the US. Tropical Fish won the Commonwealth Writers' Prize for the Africa region in 2006, and was a finalist for the Hurston Wright Legacy Award. And honestly, deserved. So if you're into stories about women navigating identity, culture, and independence, if you enjoy stories that feel both personal and universal, Tropical Fish is worth diving into. Pun absolutely intended. Let me know if you've read it, or if it's going on your TBR, and if you like African literature, short stories, or quietly powerful books that sneak up on you, stick around. I've got more where that came from. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you're interested in diving deeper into this book, I've left some links down in the description. You can use it to grab yourself a copy and keep the adventure going. And if you're in the mood for more great reads, don't go just yet. Click on one of the videos popping up right now that I think you'll love. And don't forget to give this review a like, leave a comment, or even subscribe if you'd like to see more. Every bit of support helps us grow this little community of book lovers. See you in the next one.